Today I want to show you how to make a Pikachu costume for your kid. Hi everyone, I'm Sky from byskyt.com. I also include the free pattern for you to download. Just check it out in the link below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss a fun project from my channel. First, we're gonna cut the fabric. This is all the pattern that we need to cut. We will start with the bee pattern. This is how I lay the bee pattern onto the fabric. It is one piece of fabric that I folded to make it 2 layers. You want to put one side of the pattern at the edge of the folding fabric. I use the pin to secure the pattern onto the fabric before I cut it. Make sure you pin on both layers of fabric, not just one on the top. This way will prevent the pattern from moving while you are cutting the fabric. I will cut the fabric about ½ inch to 1 inch away from the pattern line. You don't need to remember this. It will be indicate on my pattern that which size to cut ½ inch or 1 inch. Next, I transfer the pattern onto the fabric by using the carbon tracing paper. I always make a little V clip on the fabric. This way will help me indicate the center of the fabric when I try to arrange them together for sewing. Take out all the pins. Make sure that you trace all the lines that need to be transferred onto the fabric. Cutting the bee fabric, I take out the bee pattern and reuse it to make an A pattern by cutting the neckline at the top corner. Next, we will do the same process with the A pattern. The D pattern. They are all the same cutting process. Only different is the layer of the fabric. The C pattern. Next, the G pattern. Next, the E pattern. For the E pattern, we will cut it twice to make 2 ears. Next, the F pattern. This one is also an ears component. We also need to cut it twice. Now we start sewing. Let's do the tail first. Put the two fabrics together, and I secure the fabric together with the pins. The pins will help prevent the fabric from moving around while sewing. Still follow the pattern line. We will trim out the excess fabric a little bit. Then we flip the inside out. Stuff the tail with the microfiber. making the ears. Next, seal the front of the hood. Now, let's seal the ears onto the hood. Seal to close the gap underneath the ears. Just seal along the pattern line and stop at the edge of each ear to make it stay on the hood. Then we will seal around the bottom of the ears to the hood later. will seal around this hole to make the ears stay on the hood. Then we stuff each ear with microfiber. After you are done with the microfiber, we will close the bottom of each ear with a 3-inch circle fabric. Next, let's make the body. A little gap open to put the elastic band later. Let's connect the hood with the body. making the front opening. Lay the edge fabric in front of the body, right underneath the hood, and pin the edge fabric on top of the body. But only pin to the first layer of fabric, not both layers. Then we will sew the long V shape on top of the edge fabric to the first layer of the body. After sewed, we will carefully cut right in the middle of the V shape to make the front open. Next, we will put the elastic band onto the hood. Sew it to secure the elastic band on each end of the hood. Now let's put the button. I use snap button. I love snap button for this kind of project because it is easier to use and super quick. But you can just use any button that you have. This step I'll show you how easy to use the snap button. If you like it, you can find it in the link below. For this step, you can use the sewing machine or hand stitch the elastic band together. After you are done sewing the elastic band together, you can sew to close the gap. Next, let's put the tail. Cut out a small hole at the back of the body. Remember that we mark it in the beginning when we transfer the pattern. Recommend to do the double stitch on the tail part. You know, a lot of kids like to pull it. In order to make the tail stay up, we need a little help here. I use the clear elastic wire to string the tail with the back of the hood. If you don't have elastic wire, you can just use any thread you have for this step. Last step, let's make the face. Cut out all the fabric, follow the pattern, and simply hand stitch it onto the hood. The end! Hope you have fun making this Pikachu costume. Let's see you again in our next project. Bye!